The single responsibility principle is an object-oriented design and architecture principle that emphasizes that a class should have only one reason to change, meaning it should have only one responsibility or job. The essence of the SRP is to promote cohesion within software components. When a class is forced on a single responsibility, it benefits for a few reasons. Number one, it's easier to understand. A class with a single responsibility is easier for developers to understand since its scope is limited to one specific task or function. It's also easier to modify. Changes required due to modifications in the responsibility specification will be localized to that class, reducing the risk of introducing bugs elsewhere. Number three, it's easier to reuse. A class can be more easily reused in different parts of an application as it's less likely to have any unnecessary dependencies on other parts of the system. So basically, the SRP advises developers to avoid creating God objects and instead focus on dividing responsibilities among different classes and modules to achieve a separation of concerns. Let's do a simple example involving user management. The user manager class is responsible for storing user details in a database, sending a welcome email to the user, and displaying the user's profile. Each of these responsibilities is a reason for the class to change, thus violating the SRP. Now let's refactor the code to adhere to the SRP. Now we have the user database, which is responsible for only the database related operations, the user email, which is responsible for only emailing the user profile, which is responsible only for displaying the user's profile, and now each class has a single responsibility, making the system more modular for each class and easier to manage, understand, and potentially reuse.